Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling!
That can only mean one
It
thing.
can only mean one thing when it's a Wednesday. Welcome back to it, the Culinary Hotline Bling! Sing, sing, sing! Yes! Oh man, yes, I love it so much. Anal Potgieter and Chef Jenny Morris here joining us to answer your culinary conundrums that have been confounding you for the past weeks. We will conquer them for you when you give us that call, 021-4309-881. Ladies, good morning.
And good morning to you.
Great to see you.
Even better to see you.
Let's get right into it. We had a question that came in from Nogutula Malungu on Facebook who said, how do I cook asparagus and which meal is best served with asparagus?
Well, for me, and we all have our own way of cooking it because there's so many ways to do it. I like mine as simple as possible. I like to take the asparagus like this. There's a natural breaking point.
Yes?
Yes, because that's the tough bit. And I want just hot water. In fact, you know what? When you wash them, because a lot of sand gets trapped in that, you just do that. Hey,
Just give it a bit of a wiggle.
Yeah.
Yes. Just a wiggle. Yeah.
And then I just put mine in lovely steam it.
Yeah.
And then I just do lovely lemon butter.
Yeah.
Lemon butter on the side, okay.
The thing is to remember when you cook them, especially if you steam it or anything like that, is to dunk them in ice to keep the colour.
Yes.
Okay.
To dunk them in ice
So
and
you
to
cook in ice water?
Yes. No. You cook and then into ice water.
Yes.
I thought you said cook them in ice water.
No. So, imagine trying to cook them in ice water. Okay, so...
I like to braai mine.
Nice.
It's
Wow.
a braaier, yeah.
Okay, and so...
It'll be smoky, it'll be lovely.
The thing is, it adds a nice smokiness, but what you need to do is your coals moet nie te warm wees. It needs to be like medium coals.
Okay.
And then you make a little basting of olive oil, lemon, and salt, and a bit of garlic, just a little hint of garlic. And then you just baste it slowly and let it braai. And it gives that beautiful smoky flavour.
Yeah.
It is absolutely divine.
So that would be naturally a little after you've had your wors on the braai. You take your wors off, and because by that time, then the what do you call it? The coals should then be.
Yeah, it's not like so hot.
Yeah.
So it is bye like
Excellent.
that.
I've never thought of braaiing my asparagus.
Yeah.
Well, that's a new one. Okay. Then Halima Bibi on Facebook said, "Hey guys, I want to know how to make the icing on Christmas cake." Yeah. How do you make the icing on Christmas cake?
Please do that, Jenny. I can't stand Christmas cake.
I love it.
Firstly, this is Christmas cake. Where did you find Christmas cake in October?
It, but she made it.
It's
You
my
make it.
Christmas cake.
What, from last year?
No, you make it now for
You
Christmas.
have to make it well in advance, and so it gets brandy every day, so it gets ripe. And I know what that rock ripe.
Yo, by the time Christmas comes around, it needs the AA.
I know.
You have a shot. You have a shot of cake.
Merry Christmas. You can cut me now.
A lot of people, you can buy it. You can buy that plastic fondant icing. In South Africa, we call it plastic icing, and you roll it and you stick it over. You put a bit of apricot jam to get the whole thing to stick, and then you pull it over. But I cheat. I don't like it when it's flat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only my stomach should be flat, not the cake.
Oh.
So you know what I do? I just take like 3 egg whites.
3 egg whites.
And 500 grams of icing sugar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure you sift it. You don't want any lumps in your cake.
Yeah.
And I take just like a little bit of water and I mix the two together, the icing and the egg white.
Yes.
And then I beat the living life out of it so it stands up in wild peaks.
Yes.
And then I just plonk it on the cake and go like that and make it. And it dries out. Because it's,
Yes, it dries out. And
easy.
in traditional, they also put marzipan over before they even put the icing open. But I say...
What does that help? Does it keep the moisture?
It's flavour.
It's just a flavour. It's
flavor.
a flavour that almond. It's a very traditional thing. And then the other thing is, but I will just gooi it with a nice cream cheese
There
frosting.
we go. I was about to say, you know, the cake itself is brandied. It's full of thyme in it. You know, don't worry. Just give it a bit of a cream cheese.
The one thing I did forget to say is I put a little bit of glycerine in it because that keeps it pliable.
What do you mean? No, glycerine is used for hair. What do you mean?
Or for bombs. But
guys,
bombs. It's edible. It's edible grade glycerine.
Glycerine in my cake. I don't understand. I'm not coming to your house, Jenny.
Not nice.
Glycerine.
explosion.
An exploding cake.
Glycerine.
No, because that keeps it nice. That does help to keep it moist and makes it pliable.
Yeah.
When you're doing that, and when you got leftover of this, you eat it with thick, mature cheddar.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Or what I done? That beautiful. I can't remember now. It's a hard cheese Huguenot. That
It was
kind of thing.
Christmas.
Yes.
You don't remember after that amount of cake. That's
that amount of brandy she's put in the cake.
All right, another question. How do I make chakalaka? Estelle from Bloemfontein wants to make chakalaka.
Oh, I love it, chakalaka. And it's so easy to make. Okay? Yeah. So you just warm some oil in a pan, And then we use some onions.
Yes.
About one.
By the way, while you do that, chakalaka acha, is there
It's a relish. It's a relish.
So those aren't exactly the same. It's not like somebody stole somebody else's word or name, right? Chakalaka is one thing, acha is another thing, guys.
Yeah.
Let's not get them mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So always your flavouring is a bit of curry powder or masala.
Watch it. Oh,
pasta
great
sauce.
catch. Great catch.
So you cook this off a bit. So the onions soften and the carrots soften and the tomato soften. Then you're going to add your cabbage and down your boinkies.
Oh.
And then you close this and you cook it for about half an hour, I'll say. And on here we've got it. Miracle.
Look at that.
Here it is. Yummy.
I like
Beautiful.
mine very spicy.
Yes. Could I have added a tomato puree to it?
Anything you like.
Because I like mine with that
Exactly.
reddish
It is.
colour
It's a
to
relish.
it.
It's a relish. You take. What do they say about recipes? Take it and own it.
Take it and
Exactly.
It's yours.
Yeah.
Take it and own it. Beautiful stuff. All right, great questions coming through, and we'll be taking those calls. 0214309881 when we return on the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing!
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
That can only mean one thing.
Get back into it. Get into the kitchen. It's the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing. Chef Jenny and Al Potgieter here to answer those confounding culinary conundrums that have had you confused for the past week. We conquer them for you right now. How? You give us a call. 0214309881 and ask any question. Like, is it Stefani from Johannesburg who asked, is cooking spray or butter better? I like that. To use on a tray so it doesn't stick.
You can actually use both. When I was growing up, my mother used to collect the butter things, but I like to spray these days because you can cover every little nook and cranny.
Yes, with the butter.
With
Oh,
spray.
with the spray, you mean? Yeah.
Yes.
And you've always got it.
I love a spray because when my husband snores at night at about 12 o'clock, I will go to the kitchen, scale him, and I'll walk to the kitchen and I'll make myself a mixture of like a banana cake mixture quick. Then I spray it in the cup. Yeah. And then I put the mixture in there.
But I just find the butter better because when you butter the inside of the butter pan, the flavour. That's what I'm trying to say.
Betty butter.
Just make the better butter.
Do you know what? When my husband snores, I stick my finger in his back.
No, what do you mean?
I cover his face. And you go
I don't
make cook.
understand.
I want to sleep, not eat.
We need to have that on the Medical Tuesday channel. Does sticking your finger into somebody's back stop them from
Works.
snoring?
Yes, it does. Deep.
No. Okay. Right, we've got a caller on the line. This is Lauren. Good morning, Lauren.
Morning.
Oh, thank you so much for the call. What is your culinary conundrum?
Kat, it's just, I make fruit cakes. I've been baking fruit cakes for approximately 60 years or more.
Yes.
Wow.
And I do them as presents and also for our bowling club and places to raffle.
Excellent.
The reason you put the almond icing on top of the fruit cake before you put icing on is to stop the colour coming through from the fruit, which turns it brown.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Okay. All right. So that has an effect on that. Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
And wow, it sounds like you've got a very thriving fruitcake business there, Laura.
No. It's only done for family and friends and for charities to raise money.
Oh, that's
Love
absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. We really appreciate it.
Okay.
Excellent stuff. I love that.
Thank you.
I'm
And you
eating
guys
it.
have a good day. Ding, ding, bling, bling.
We love you, Mama.
Zing, zing, bling, bling, all the ching, ching, cha, cha. Beautiful. All right. I love that so much.
Yes, I love you.
Sophia from Cape Town says, how do I make peanut brittle? One of my childhood favourite treats.
I think we all grew up with that, didn't we?
Yes.
I love it.
Peanut brittle. How do you make it at home?
Sugar, water.
Sugar and water. So you're going to be melting your sugar in your water.
You've got to cook it down. You've got to melt that sugar till it's...
Brown sugar, white sugar?
White is
White
fine.
sugar.
And then it must be nice and amber.
Uh-huh.
But it's very important. You must spray or whatever, butter your tin.
Because there's a lot of stickiness.
A lot of sticky. So when it's lovely and amber, cook about 10 minutes or so. Hey?
Yeah.
And then I stir it. But I like mine salty.
Oh.
And I like to add sesame seeds to it.
Yeah, because quite strange enough, the salty flavor enhances the sweet flavor.
Yes,
Almost
it
has
brings
that
the
contrast in
flavour.
your palate
Absolutely.
really brings it through.
And I mean, with traveling around China, the Chinese are crazy about that. They make a beautiful sesame one.
Yes.
And anybody who says, I don't want to eat too much sugar, then what you do is you just chop the nuts smaller, then there's less. You need to fill the holes with less sugar.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Do you like to crush your nuts though, or do you kind of take your knife?
How do you like your nuts?
I like mine crushed.
So we're going to crush them.
In a pestle and mortar.
No, I chop them.
Get the nuts in there and just give them a good bashing.
No, you're not going to pound those nuts.
No?
You're going to chop them because you want texture.
Oh, okay.
Yes, not too powdery.
Yeah, yeah. Well, not too much. You know, one
Just
or
a
two
bit.
bashes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's enough.
Oh, he likes the bash.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. That's peanut brittle for you. Rukai is.
Sorry, there was another tip.
Yes.
You have to grease your spatula, otherwise it's going to
Yes.
stick to everything when you're spreading it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Peanut brittle. Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
His mind is somewhere else.
Hey, no, ladies. Okay, we are on the peanut brittle road. Rukaya Sayed says, good morning, compliments of an awesome show, 2000th show, if I may add. My question is, what is the difference between baking powder, baking soda, bicarb of soda? I've heard people say that it's all the same thing, but I've seen recipes that require all three. Boom. Please help.
So boom, boom, boom. They help you to rise. It's all about, it's about rising to the occasion. And if you have a look here.
What is
See?
that?
It's rising.
It's a science
It's
experiment.
bicarb
Yes.
and
So
vinegar.
That was vinegar with bicarb, and
Yeah.
that just...
It gives you lift off.
Yes.
Yes, and it gives you aeration. And also, if you're making like a pudding with malva
Yes.
or a date, something, bicarb there, it breaks it down so that you don't end up with all those heavy chunks.
Yeah, but you just have to be careful with bicarb. Bicarb hasn't got, it needs an acid with it to do
Yes.
its job. While baking powder has already got everything
got
in
the
it.
tartar, yeah, it's
Already
got
in
the cream
it.
of tartar
But when
with
you
it.
use bicarb, just remember to measure it perfectly because it can have that soapy taste.
Ew.
When you eat, you taste soap in a cake, then
That's
you know,
nasty.
that's
Worse
nasty.
in a scone, hey?
Yeah.
we have one more question. I don't know if we have time. Unfortunately, we don't.
Yeah.
It was about Melkos.
Next week
we'll
we'll do it.
carry it over to
Yes.
next week. But of course, keep sending those questions through to us on our Facebook page and our Twitter handle as well. And we'll see you again next week for the Culinary Hotline Bling.